Yes, Simon Dawkins, I'm a developer. I'd just like to echo the full thought was done earlier that when there's such a limited supply in the marketplace, it is very, very difficult to sell high-spec buildings because it is all down to location. People don't have the choice. And the only way that we're really going to get people to make those choices is to give them options. And the only way they're going to have options is when we're providing more choice, which means more housing. We've got to build a heck of a lot more to make people get into the position where they are able to choose and to be true consumers, which currently they're not really.
Thank you. Thanks. I'd like to pose a question with my academic hats on. We are considering launching a new MSc on healthy buildings or something along those lines. Would be very much interested to hear what your perspectives are about. Is there any skills gaps or knowledge gaps in this field that the industry desperately needs? And I realize this is probably a topic for a several conversation, but if anyone has any immediate views, because I think we need the skills and we need the evidence in order to build those business cases properly. Any thoughts from the speakers and from the floor as well?
Well, I mean, I would say that the psychological, actually, we think in terms of...
Sorry.
Yeah, I think we need to think much more broadly about health and well-being or wellness. And I think it comes into the psychological and the sociological. So it's a big topic for me.
I think in terms of, if you take it from a fact-based, when we find in the industry when it comes to engaging with people that are practicing, if you like, in terms of building and developing, that either have the knowledge themselves or have access to that detailed knowledge to help design, is limited. It's getting better, but it's still limited. And if we talk about starting to try and build more, then obviously that need is going to be limited. So I think more qualifications that can be provided and readily provided in this area. I think there's a lot of people that are interested. As Saint-Gobain, we do a lot of work with students and engaging with students of various disciplines. Many of them are much more cognizant about the world and the built environment than probably we were in our youth. And many more people do want to engage and do want to learn in these fields. So I think anything can be done here would be great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually quite hopeful about the future of this, because I think you're providing with some of the things that we mentioned and some we didn't get a chance to look at tonight. You're providing the knowledge around this topic, the interest around this topic, the ability to know more about the product you're getting is much greater now than it was just a couple of years ago, and it's going to get more. And you can continue to build a product which you don't think is good, but you can do that now because most people don't know it's good. But once people start knowing that what you're turning out isn't great, you will change your behavior. And I think that day is coming. And it's coming from ordinary people using devices that they have in their pocket anyhow.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'd like to thank everyone for a very interesting debate. I'm sure and hope that the debates will continue over networking.